Hi everyone, welcome back to MovieTube and welcome back to some more of The Pacific. I am up to episode 10, the finale, and I'm very excited to check this out with you all. And I just want to thank you all so much for coming along this journey with me. It's been a long time coming because there's been quite a few issues with keeping these videos up sometimes, but I really appreciate you all being here throughout it all and joining me on this really special TV series, especially after Band of Brothers. And yeah, please let me know in the comments what you'd like me to watch next. It could be absolutely anything, TV, movie, any genre, anything you're interested in seeing me react to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this with you all, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also, if you'd like to see the full uncut version, as always, that will be available on Patreon, linked in the description and the pinned comment. But yeah, that's just an option if you'd like. Otherwise, let's get into it. August 15th, 1945, St. Albans Military Hospital, Long Island, New York.
But Achilles still wept for thinking of his dear comrade.
She's got such a young sounding voice.
As he thought of all they had done together and all they had gone through. Hey, you're not listening to me.
Oh, no, sure we are. Both on the fields of battle.
God, look at how stitched up they are.
The Japs surrendered. The war's over.
The war's over.
Oh my God. They would be in such disbelief. Oh. Okinawa, Ryukyu Islands. Yeah, I mean, after the atomic bomb, there wasn't much else to be done.
Line of stars angling up, that's Snafu's pecker.
Beautiful in the sky.
Little victory party. Can't believe it's over, huh? What do you do now?
Yeah.
Here,
How do you go back to normality after?
have a little VJ Day party of your own. Thanks, Lieutenant. What do we do now? What an idiot.
My first official act of peacetime.
Nothing's changed. I thought the same thing when I got funny.
Oh, is he a vet as well?
There, you can keep the change. I ain't touching that. Might have jumped into Normandy, but at least I got some liberties in London and Paris. You got nothing but jungle rot and malaria. Welcome home.
Oh, so he was on the Eastern Front.
Well, we'll get this stuff out of here first
I
thing.
don't know where we're gonna put it all.
Well, half the junk we can throw away.
Don't know where we're gonna put it on.
I'll clear a corner and make do.
Must feel like such a burden by coming back alive. Like, what? Ugh, that hurts. They're all heading home.
Hiya, I'm Muriel Shelton. How about I take you to the back of the train? You can show me your caboose.
I'm shocked that didn't work. Asking someone to just show you your caboose, 100%.
Here 6 months ago, that brother giving us all blowjobs.
Parades, pretty girls. 1946, the party's all over. Not as much as a complimentary beer.
Oh, interesting. So they feel they missed out on the celebrations as well.
Anything between digging ditches and owning a bank. First, I gotta get Florence home. Wait, Florence from Melbourne?
Oh my God!
Figured it'd be bad luck to talk about it then.
Oh,
I guess I'm gonna find out soon enough whether I'm getting married or not.
oh my God.
What about you, Sledgehammer? No job, no girl, no plans.
I'm gonna get that girl. You boys watch.
Been saying that about every girl since...
Every girl's in San Diego. Is this Basilone's parents' house?
Mrs. Basilone.
Yeah.
I'm Lena.
I recognize you from the photos Johnny sent. Well, come in.
He says you're beautiful.
George.
Heard so much about you. Last time I saw him in Honolulu, he couldn't stop talking about you.
Oh. Must be so weird. Meeting the in-laws after losing him. That's awful.
John's insurance money is gonna help you out, right, Lena?
Actually, he never signed the papers.
Never signed?
It's okay. I'm all right.
I saw his grave on Iwo. He's got lots of good Marines on all sides of him.
Gosh, it's so tense.
I came by because I thought you should have this.
Oh. Oh, Lena, I'm so sorry.
There's my little brother.
No sign of Florence.
Melbourne's a hell of a long way, Bergie.
True.
It'll take Florence a while to get from Australia to here. Thanks. Doing all you did to keep us from getting our full head shot off.
No.
You're good Marines.
Damn. It's awful that some of them, like, never saw each other again, even when they got home safe and sound, because they lived so far away, and...
We're almighty proud of you. Proud of all you soldiers.
I was a Marine.
I'm guessing you're here for a job.
Take my former position.
Why, you still want to cover local sports?
Yep. That guy you got writing the column right now. He's got no snap, no style.
And when did you see me demoting him and hiring you?
Today's good. $10 a week raise will do it.
Oh!
I'll give you 7.
I'd have taken 5.
He's so cheeky. 7 it is.
You are spying on Vera Keller.
Ma.
He never gave you the time of day. Look at that fancy car.
Oh, you're helping so much.
It's called working.
Not sitting there like that, it isn't. Look at this mess. Your dress blues.
Your dress blues, what does that mean? Is that a separate kind of uniform for something? I'm so sorry about my ignorance on that.
I think you would have looked nice in them.
So many men would have felt like they missed out on so many of the best years of their lives, like the most transitional years, and missed out on things like finding love or a career or a passion. I'm not going to wake him up to say goodbye. That's the dress blues.
Yes?
Mrs. Keller, I'd like to speak to Vera, please.
And who shall I say is calling?
Robert Leckie, Mrs. Keller. I've lived across the street from you for the last 20 years.
She doesn't know him.
Welcome home, Robert. Let me just see if she can come to the door.
Like, I've only been your neighbor for 20 years. It's fine. It's not that long, you know.
Bob Leckie, you're back.
I was afraid you wouldn't remember me either.
Last time I saw you was in church right before you shipped out. You look well. Nice uniform.
Thank you. I've been wondering if you would grant me the pleasure of taking you out.
You want to take me out? I have a date tonight.
Oh, that's awkward.
Well, there he is.
That's mighty awkward.
Nice car.
Oh, I hate how awkward it is.
Robert Leckie.
Charles Dunworthy.
Where'd you serve?
I just graduated from West Point.
Congratulations. Too bad you missed the whole show. How about another time? Maybe tomorrow night? I just asked Vera if she'd like to have dinner.
Nice try. She's not interested.
Actually, I don't have any plans for tomorrow night.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Oh, it's so awkward.
Obviously, I've been wasting a lot of gasoline. Good night, Vera.
Well, it looks like I am free for dinner tonight. You're staring.
I'm sorry. Pacific, I was laying in the mud dreaming about a moment like this with you.
You get right to it, don't you?
In the mud.
Oh, yeah.
Afraid so.
Unfortunately, it was hella muddy. The mud wasn't the worst part.
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I think I don't know how to do this.
Bob, you're doing fine. This is fine. It's a start.
You know, I wrote you a lot of letters while I was over there.
Didn't get any.
I never sent them.
Why?
I didn't think I was going to make it. Didn't matter if I sent them or not.
Sheesh.
Rain on Cape Gloucester erased every word.
What were they like?
Best stuff I ever wrote. Take this from me or what?
Oh my god.
Good to see you, Eugene.
But his dog's gone, sadly.
Well, the Mammy Oakum, hop out of the sailor. Calms me down. Packing it, cleaning it. Always have something to do.
I get that. When you want to fidget and stress.
Well, like everybody else in Mobile, I was in love with Mary Houston.
That's too bad for you. She's marrying me.
Oh my gosh.
You're saying that Mary Houston is gonna be Mary Houston Phillips.
In the eyes of God and the law, I want you to be my best man.
That I'm gonna stand at the altar and lose Mary Houston to the likes of you? Well, hell yes!
Well, hell yeah! Aw. Aw. So interesting seeing the front doors open that way.
See you later.
Welcome home, Eugene.
Such a beautiful house. How are his parents going to react? Oh. It's going to be so jarring being home. These would be symptoms he's seen before. Oh.
I didn't get any sleep for the longest time. I still can't really. Toss and turn like crazy.
jerking back awake, like out of a fear response, and...
Give me a coffee.
I like Martha. You're a lucky man.
And just how did my little brother do during his time in the service?
There weren't any women in my corner.
You went through the entire war and retained your virginity? Every single girl in Mobile is out to land a fighting man. You show up at that ball, decked out in your uniform, all the ripe fruit will fall off the tree right at your feet.
I don't believe I will ever put on a uniform again.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
Not a lick of sense in you.
I think that makes sense. It's such a strong, like, representative of everything you experienced.
You're looking to register for classes, Mr. Sledge? And did you attend any special schools while in the Marine Corps?
Weapons school. I was in a mortar squad.
Any journalism? Any engineering, technical skills?
Had to handle explosives.
And lots of guns and...
Isn't there anything the Marine Corps taught you that you can continue at Bantam of Polly?
Damn! They taught you how to kill.
They taught me how to kill
Yeah.
chaps. I got pretty damn good at it.
I think that'd be like admiration, or just at least like a respect where it's like, yeah, gratitude and respect, but no, it's just... You would feel so isolated, so not understood.
I saw you making a break for it. Thought you could use a punch properly spiked. Mary catches us, she'll have me back inside dancing all night.
How did all this happen? I mean, look at us, Sid. Sitting here to dance, drinking punch.
Like nothing.
I mean, what the hell are we doing here? Why did I end up back here when all those other fellas didn't?
Oh.
Every guy back has thought that.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Just gotta pull yourself out of bed in the morning, get on with the day. You do that enough times in a row, you forget some things.
I guess those men would want you to be as happy as you can and just live.
You get back in here and dance with a woman who loves you?
I'm coming, boss lady. Come on in, I'll wrangle you a partner.
You can only imagine the depression and isolation you would feel.
Look at these televisions. I'm gonna run down to Murphy's and buy one as soon as I have the money for a down payment. The waves are collected by a receiver shot through an electron gun onto a vacuum screen.
It's called the cathode ray tube.
Those things heat up, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm still really sad about that survivor's guilt they would feel.
We didn't fight for a bunch of greedy strikers.
I mean, I thought it was to beat the Japs and not. Too bad we didn't lose the war, then the Japs would have all these problems.
Very.
I think that's funny.
Sacrifice you made on our account.
You know what I fought for?
Do you? Do you really?
Television.
Radio waves.
Amen.
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 She is beautiful. She has really nice eyes. Wonder if any of the American guys moved to Melbourne. I like how you can see the style differences between him and his dad. His dad's definitely more old school, very like kind of 1910s inspired fashion.
Eugene?
I'm sorry.
I can't. It's all right. You don't have to apologize to me, Eugene. I reckon the dove population's going to be mighty happy this morning.
He's such a nice dad. I guess because he's had so much experience of treating those from World War I, he's able to be empathetic towards PTSD instead of try to brush it off like a lot of people did in those times.
Evidently, he's been named some kind of supervisor at the bank.
Better get our money out of that bank.
I'm sure Edward could arrange a starting position for you.
I'm never gonna work in a bank, Mother. My plan is to do nothing for a while.
Leave him alone, Mary Frank.
How long does healing from a war take?
Mary Frank, you have no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Let him be.
He's a very empathetic man. That's very nice. I know the mum probably doesn't mean harm. She's just trying to make sure he has like a positive, happy future, but yeah, she doesn't really understand. That he's not just acting like this for no reason. Different people react differently to traumatic situations. Earned a PhD in biology, then spent a career teaching at the University of Montevallo in Alabama. From the notes he kept throughout the war, Eugene eventually wrote his memoir With the Old Breed at Peleliu and Okinawa, which was published in 1981. Survived by his wife, 2 sons and 3 grandchildren, Eugene died in 2001. Robert Leckie married Vera Keller in 1946 and became a correspondent for the Associated Press. He wrote nearly 40 books, including his combat memoir, Helmet for My Pillow, in 1957. Robert died in 2001. He is survived by Vera, 3 children, and 6 grandchildren. John Basilone was awarded a posthumous Navy Cross and Purple Heart for his actions in Iwo Jima. Since 1945, stamps have been issued with his likeness, and ships and highways have been christened in his honor. John is remembered every year with a parade in his hometown of Raritan, New Jersey. Lena Basilone was told on her 32nd birthday that her husband had been killed on Iwo Jima. Oh, it was on her birthday, damn. They'd been married for only 7 months. She never remarried and died in 1999. Runner Bud Conley returned to Buffalo, New York in November 1944. He married his childhood friend Marietta and sold cars for over 40 years. Bud died in 1997, survived by 6 children, 11 grandchildren, and 9 great-grandchildren. I was born in 97. Hoosier Bill Smith survived the wounds he suffered in Peleliu. I never know how to pronounce it. He returned to his hometown of Lugety, Indiana, got married and raised 4 children. Bill died in 1985. Chuckler Lew Jerkins was honorably discharged from the Marines Corps 2 weeks after the war's end. He married and worked as a steam fitter in Chicago, Illinois. Lew remained close friends with Bob Leckie, Runner Conley, and Hoosier Smith until he died in 1982. That makes me happy to hear. Snafu Muriel Shelton stayed in Louisiana, worked in the lumber business, married, and had 2 sons. Muriel did not speak with his fellow Marines for over 35 years until he read Sledge's book With the Old Breed at Peleliu and Okinawa. Sledgehammer served as a pallbearer at Snafu's funeral in 1993. Wow. Bill Laden became a professional golfer after recovering from his wounds received in Okinawa. He corresponded regularly with other veterans, including Eugene Sledge, until passing away in 2008. Oh, wow. Hugh Corrigan was promoted to captain and married Elizabeth Vincent in 1944 while stationed in the US. He returned to action and was wounded on Okinawa in 1945. After the war, he and his wife lived in Ithaca, New York, until his death in 2005. Louis Chesty Puller is one of the most decorated Marines in the history of the Corps. His extraordinary career spanned from World War I through Korea. Wow. Chesty Puller retired in 1955 and passed away in 1971. Clifford Steve Evanson. How do you get Steve from Clifford? Was 17 years old when he was killed in action on Iwo Jima. 17. Chuck Tatum was awarded a Bronze Star for his service on Iwo Jima. After the war, he designed and drove race cars. He lives in Stockton, California. Romus Valtenbergen married his Australian sweetheart Florence in Jewett, Texas in 1947. They have 4 daughters. Bergie and Florence still call Texas home. Oh, oh, that's nice. Sidney Phillips and Mary Houston Phillips raised 3 children. Sid became a doctor and practiced medicine in Alabama for 38 years. Wow. Sid and Eugene remained best friends for the remainder of Sledge's life. Sid still lives in a small town outside Mobile. Obviously not still now in the 2020s, but wow. That was an amazing way for that episode to end, and some of the stories were so hopeful and lovely, and some were just really sad and just passing away at 17. Like, that's child. Like, it's a teen, but it's so young. Like, your life has barely begun. That's just horrible. But I'm so glad that a lot of them stayed in touch with each other and hopefully kept each other feeling understood and yeah, just understood. That's all you can ask for someone who's also gone through what you have. And I hope they all lived as happy lives as possible. But yeah. I thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as I mentioned before, please do suggest anything else you'd like to see me react to. Yeah, feel free to check out the full reaction on Patreon, linked in the description and pinned comment. And otherwise, I will see you in the next movie or show. So thank you all so much for watching. Bye. Oh, and I'll quickly add that the show was incredible. It got really dark, really messed up, and hard to watch at times, but it was such a brutally honest experience, or version of an experience. And I appreciate that, because I'm so privileged and lucky. For one of the hardest things for me to do is to watch and observe someone else's difficult situation. Like, what a completely, like, yeah, just a very lucky life I live for that to not be, for that to be one of the toughest things. But yeah, it was really upsetting to watch a lot of what I saw, but it was also so worthwhile to get a glimpse into what these men had experienced. And I can't believe how still now there's a lot of stigma and misunderstanding of these men who have been through, or any people, including like Lena Basilone and such, but any people who have gone through such horrifying things, and the PTSD that would come from it, or any other emotional or behavioral issues that would come from it. It's so stigmatized, as opposed to just being supported and helped. But, you know, I guess the world's not perfect by any means, but it'd be nice to be nicer to each other, and especially for those who have gone through something we cannot imagine. So, yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. Okay, bye.